Next up, we have a company called Cola, who just recently launched. This is their very, very first public demo. Originally, Mark Cantor was going to be doing the presentation tonight. Now, Brian Miyagi, co-founder and head of marketing, will be doing the presentation. Mark is here, and we're going to hear from him at the very tail end of the night at the 60-second spots. He's actually launching something new. So hang out for that. Launched a couple of weeks ago, great fanfare, great media coverage, and this is the first time that you guys are showing it live.
Mm-hmm.
All yours.
All right.
Brian, thank you,
All
sir.
right, thanks a lot, Miles. So I'm Brian Maggi. I'm a co-founder. Can you hear me all right? All right, I'm usually loud enough. So I'm Brian Maggi. I'm co-founder of Cola, and I'm also head of marketing. This is David Temkin. He's also a co-founder, and he's the CEO. So we're here. We'll tell you a little bit about what Cola is, and we're going to do a demo. But before we do, we want to talk a little bit about why we made Cola and why we created it. And it really, starts from the whole idea that, these aren't really phones anymore, right? They're really messaging devices. And we live now in texting. And most of the stuff we do now starts as a text thread. And we want to do things, keep things, focused and in line of sight. So, when you're doing stuff like, planning and coordinating, asking people questions like, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What do you want to eat? I'm running late. That kind of stuff. Those are the things people do day in and day out now in text. And what we're trying to do is we've built an app that helps people stay in that line of sight, right? All that other stuff you're doing with text is like, Maps and Yelp and getting reviews and all that stuff. That's what we think of as really the peripheral vision. And that's the kind of thing that does take you off task. But with Cola, what we can do is we can really keep you in what we say is the line of sight. And what we introduce is this idea, we call them Cola bubbles. And a way to think about them is it's like being able to send interactivity or like app-like messages within your thread so that people can do things like make decisions quicker, give their input. And instead of describing this more with bubbles, I think what we'll do is just jump right into the demo and show you what we mean. So if we're going to use Cola like to put a plan together, you usually just text, you just jump right in. And as you can see, when you're having a conversation, these look like bubbles, right? The way the messages travel back and forth. So we're thinking about maybe getting together, me and David and Aaron as well. And, the first thing I think we ought to do is get this thing on the calendar. So to add a bubble to a conversation, you just tap on the plus button. And so the first one is like, when can we meet? And now what you're looking at is actually my calendar. These are my appointments. This is a real thing. This isn't a separate app. This is in Cola. And I can just throw some times on the calendar, hope those work, send them to the team. And now you can see my screen is blue. You see David, and he's got the exact same thing. And when they respond, you can actually see the other person's responses coming back in real time. Picking times. You can even see that David's calendar is viewed too, so you can see that things are busy. So I'm just going to go ahead. I see the best possible time is, I'm going to go with one where Aaron and David are both available. Pick it. And I'm going to send that final time. Quit getting tweets. And add that to calendar. So this is also integrated, with the apps you've got on your phone. So I want to see, let's fast forward to tomorrow now. It's 6 o'clock, and we want to figure out where we're going to go. So I'm going to throw together, throw some ideas in the plan, like maybe some coffee shops, right? So, we got the usual, let's say Phil's, Pete's, and of course Starbucks. Right? Which Starbucks, which Pete's, right? We send that to the crowd. Same thing, still in the app. Everybody's interacting with the bubble. Like they're actually interacting with the text and getting their input in. So we got a vote for Phil's, got another vote for Phil's. We didn't say it was a democracy. I'm going to pick Pete's. And now, I'm sitting at Pete's, or I'm on my way to Pete's. I'm just kind of wondering, where's everybody at? What's going to take, how long is everybody to show up? So I'm going to kind of throw out there and ask, hey, where are you now? Or as I like to say, where are you at now? All right. Live map, you see my location. I'm going to put in Phil's. Puts the location in. I send it. Now, David, Aaron, they can come back and let me know where their location's at. And if I zoom in, go to full screen, you can actually see, where everybody's at in relation to Pete's Coffee. And if you can see, there's actually an ETA of the time it's going to take people to get to that spot. Granted, we're all in the same spot, so it's looking a little crowded. But this is just 3 bubbles I'm showing you here. And I'm sure what you're thinking is, well, that's great if we all have cola. But what's also cool here is that we've thought that through, and we also have the ability to use SMS as well. So the conversations you've seen we had with Aaron and David online is this all they still get text messages, but if they don't have the app, they can still participate with the bubbles because we deliver them as a web URL. So go ahead and click on that one, David, if you've got the phone. Whoever's got the phone. Yeah, Aaron, you're missing your cue. Oh, okay. So there you see the SMS version it's a web version, fully functional, full real-time feedback and everything like that. And wait, but there's more. I'm not done yet. Hang on. I'm a little bit over time. I apologize. But we see this as a lot more than just bubbles and text here. This is a platform. It's an open platform. We're actually going to have, we actually see more bubbles being developed because we'll open this up. Third parties can develop more bubbles and stuff of their own. If you like, we can talk a little bit more of that afterwards. And then the last thing I want to say is if you want to try Cola, we've got a special promo code for people that want to try the app. And I'm going to put the screen up where you can go in for SF New Tech. If you go to cola.io/sfnewtech, just fill out the form, follow the steps. You can be trying out Cola as soon as tonight. We hope you do. Hope you like what you saw, and we're here for some questions. Thanks.
Right on, Brian. Thank you, sir. Excellent. So we can jump the queue. We can jump the queue and get in right away. I've been waiting for weeks. All right, hands up high for questions for Cola, please. Jude in the back, meet me halfway, please.
Hey guys, awesome presentation.
Thank you.
First of all, what is the app that you're using to connect the MacBook to the phone, to the projector?
Does not constitute a recommendation. We just got extremely lucky. This is, it's called Reflector 2.
Beautiful. And the second is San Francisco's notorious for flakery. So how do you reduce the stigma attached to flaking on the dates that are arranged through Cola?
Use it in another city.
Actually, that's a great point. Can you add ratings to the recipients of your text so you know who's going to actually respond the right way?
Third-party opportunity.
There you go. Plug into the API. Hands up high for questions. Yes, sir.
For every app like this, I always look at the opportunity for games. Is anyone building games like this? You think of opportunities for like text adventures or all kinds of interactive games you could do with this?
So we're very early on in the development of this product, but there are definitely opportunities for games. They could be turn-based games, they could be real-time, and the cool thing is you've got a group of people and you have these little bits of software that know how to talk to all of them. Definitely an interesting area. It's not going to be our focus.
If I have the Cola app installed and someone else sends me a Cola message, how do I know that I got one, and how do I know if it's important? And is there a way to kind of pay attention only to the ones that really matter?
This is just like text messages, right? So if you don't have the app, you get a message from a Cola user, it comes in as a text message, it says who it came from. And if you do have the Cola app, it looks pretty much exactly like a text message. It says who it's coming from and so on.
Same, like
So
you
I get
saw
like a
during my
badge
demo.
on the icon or something like that?
The icon would tell you it's the Cola app if you have the Cola app. It's like if you have like WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger or that kind of thing. We don't. The first goal for us is get a lot of people using it, get them feeling pretty good about it. But the trajectory for the company is it's not an eyeballs advertising media business. It's a freemium productivity business. So if you think of this, if you frame it less like, Snapchat and Kik and more like Dropbox, Evernote, or, Slack for that matter, it's probably a better way of viewing it over time.
Pardon me? How do we plan to get a lot of people?
How do we plan to get a lot of people using it? The awesome thing about the app is that just by virtue of using it in its normal operational mode, you will get people using it. And the SMS feature in particular is designed to make that trivially easy.
SF New Tech. I apologize for leaving that out.
Hey there. Hey, I didn't follow the announcement about you guys, so I don't know. Are you? How fast have you grown as a company? Obviously, there is some press. So, what's your funding model at this point?
Sorry,
If you're
what
not
was the
making
question there? What's our?
money? I didn't follow your announcement about you, so I'm not on top of this. What's the funding model for your company? How big are you? This is still in beta, so when are you going to put out the product?
Products in private beta. We're hoping to come out with a product sometime, I would say, certainly first quarter next year at the latest. And in terms of funding, we have a small team. It's a total of 9 people. And the funding we have, we raised a $1.3 million from a set of 81 angel investors.
Only 81.
Only 81.
Jeez.
With magic. The bubbles are developed in JavaScript, and we're going to be announcing more of this when we get closer to 1.0. It is not, for those of you who are developers, these aren't web views. So you're using JavaScript in a way that gives you a native experience. We'll be talking more about that as time goes on.
So, what's to keep the other tech companies from getting to the space like you guys are doing?
All right, so the question was, what's to stop the big guys from coming in and doing this? They all could do this, and, despite the fact that we've got patent filings and the like, but everybody's got huge customer bases, and those customers expect certain things. We are the only company wholly focused on this messaging as OS concept. That's what we're all about.
And forgive me if you covered this, but what was your revenue model?
I did cover that.
I'm sorry.
The revenue
I was
model
getting
for
a
the
beer.
moment is none. The revenue for the model later is freemium.
Gotcha.
Yep. Professional features.
Gotcha. We're officially out of time. Thank you, Cola. Good stuff. Right on. All right.